Now, today's topic is very interesting. I'm going to talk about the connection between your star and your soul. Your star is inside your soul. Your star is inside your soul. Why? Because your soul is the interface between the spirit and the body. The spirit cannot coordinate with the body without the soul. And the body cannot coordinate with the spirit without the soul. That's why the soul is the most important aspect. It is very easy to be delivered in the spirit, but the soul, it takes time for the soul to be delivered. This way you find somebody can be born again. Yes, to be born again is very easy. You just confess and you are made a new creature in Christ Jesus. But now for you to be transformed, you need to be renewed your mind. And your mind is inside your soul. So that's why you find the soul is the most important part. Because God is after your soul. The devil is also after your soul. That's why you find Christians, we are winning souls for Christ. Even the devil is busy buying souls. You sell him your soul, he give you the riches of the earth. Jesus said that, what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? Watch this video till the end.
Hello guys, thanks for watching. I'm Cleophas Wanyama, Cleo Rhythm, and this is Christian Media, where we bring you news, commentaries, Bible-based teachings, gospel music, plus many more. And if you want to donate to this ministry to support us financially, use the information on the screen and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.
Now, your star is inside your soul. Why am I saying your star is? Your soul is what coordinates everything. Now, imagine you without your brain. Your brain is what coordinates most of the functions. And the brain is the hardware of the soul. Because the mind is inside the brain. The mind is the software and the brain is the hardware. Now, imagine having a phone. Every phone, let's say an iPhone, has an operating system, and Android also, they have their own operating system. Now, that operating system, you cannot see it, you cannot touch it, but that's what differentiates it, makes it be able to coordinate its functions. That's why when you lose your mind, you cannot be taken to court. No, to prison. You cannot take a madman to court. Once a madman commits a crime, he will be taken to a mental institution. You cannot stand trial. A person who is mad is not counted as a human being. That's how important a mind of a person is. And inside the soul, we have the mind, we have the intellect, we have the emotions, we have the will, we have the thoughts, the dreams, the imaginations. We have them inside the soul. That's why the devil targets the soul. Now, for instance, you are gifted. Your gift has everything to do with your mind. Because, for instance, if you are a musician, it will take the mind to coordinate everything for you to sing, to open your mouth, to do everything for the vocal cords to come out. It will take the mind to coordinate all the functions. For instance, you are an athlete, it will take the mind also to coordinate all the functions. So that's how important the soul is. The soul is what controls everything inside the human being. The soul of a person. So your star is inside your soul. That's why you find most of the time people whose stars are stolen, they kind of people who are not right upstairs. Some people go mad, or they lose their senses. Some of these mad people, you see them in the market, doing odd jobs, dirty people, mad. Some of them, their stars were stolen, and as a result, they ended up becoming mad because they have no sense of purpose. When your star is tampered with, it affects your mentality. You don't think straight. You don't have creative ideas. You are just there. You are dull. Have you seen somebody who has no idea, no hope, no sense of purpose? He's just there. nothing. He doesn't want to do anything. He's not active. Others are doing something, they're not doing anything. Why? Because his star has been tampered with and it affects his mind. So whenever your star is, your soul is there. Your star is inside your soul. That's why the enemy is after your soul. The enemy is after your soul. That's why he's willing to buy. The devil buys souls of men. He gives you riches, but he buys your soul. So he can control your soul. And uses this to propagate his agendas. So the battlefield is the battle of the mind. The battlefield is the battle of the soul. Witchcraft, most of the witchcraft targets mind, not even the spirit. It is very easy for the spirit of man to be delivered, but it is difficult for the mind to be delivered. It takes time for the mind to be delivered. A spirit can be delivered instantly. A demon can be cast out instantly and you'll be free. But now, mind, for you to have a mindset, you need training. Because mind is not something which is developed overnight. It takes repetition, continuous training. That's why the Bible said, do not be conformed by this, but be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind. So when your mind is renewed, it changes you, become a different person. You begin to see things differently. So it's very important. This way you find even when people are doing witchcraft stuff, they have to do it around their head like this, because they know the power of the mind, the power of the mind, the power of the soul. The soul is so vulnerable. Now, when Adam was in the Garden of Eden, he had his star. Now, when the enemy came and stole the star of Adam, we Christians say that he stole the dominion of Adam. What he stole is the star of Adam. It is the star of Adam which made him be who he was. And the devil knew that Adam was who he was because of the star which God gave him. Now, when the enemy took the star of Adam, one thing happened. The mindset of Adam changed. Adam was not thinking like the person whom God created originally. He looked, he found himself, he was naked and started to hide. A certain mentality had been introduced in him. A different kind of thinking had been introduced in his life. Let's just say the knowledge of good and evil. That fruit had something to do with corrupting their mind. It had something to do with changing their mind. That's why you find, even in the garden, the battle was for souls. It was the soul of Adam. Where the star of Adam was inside the soul of Adam. So when the enemy to steal the authority of Adam, the enemy did not want the spirit of Adam. He didn't want the spirit of Adam. He wanted the soul of Adam. By corrupting the soul of Adam, he was able to gain access and steal the star of Adam. He stole the dominion. He took the authority over the earth. Once he gained access into the soul of Adam by that fruit. That's why go to Adam, don't eat of that fruit. The moment you eat of that fruit, you will die. Because God knew that when he ate of that fruit, he would have given the devil access into his soul. Because the treasure is inside your soul. Your star is inside your soul. Because everything which God has created you to do is already programmed in your mind. You come into this world programmed with it. You're already programmed. If your son is meant to be an athlete, you'll find himself in his early ages just running around, doing games. That thing is already being wired into his spirit. Is wired in his mind. You don't take fish to swimming lessons. Birds don't attend flight school. Why? It has been wired in them. God has wired them. It's inside their system. The same way, when you are gifted, when you have potential, when you have creative ideas, it's already wired into your system. Wired inside your soul. You come with it. You just find yourself doing this. You touch this and touch this. You produce an invention. because that thing has already been wired into your system. So that's where the devil usually targets souls. There's nothing important in this world like the mind of a man. Look at the invasion of mankind. That's how dangerous, that's how powerful the soul is. And imagine, the invasion you see is a result of a fallen creation, fallen man. What if man hadn't fallen? What would have seen would have been amazing. You think that what we are doing, the invention is great. Yes, it's great, but it couldn't be compared by what God had planned for us if Adam hadn't eaten of the fruit. The Bible says, in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God. I would like to emphasize Christians to study, because it is ignorance which is keeping many Christians in bondage. The Bible says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Now, years ago in 2018, God gave me a revelation to write 3 ebooks. The first one is called The Star, the Mystery Behind Extreme Success. This book tends to teach about star. This book about the star teaches you about the star so that you can understand what does the Bible say concerning stars. There are a lot of erroneous teachings out there about the star, but this book gives you a biblical sound knowledge about the teaching of the star, the secret to extreme success. In this book, you're going to learn how to make your star shine. You're going to learn secrets to unlock your destiny. Get this book. The second book is called Understanding the Mystery of Times and Seasons, where I teach about times and seasons and how to discern the seasons and the timings which you are in. This book is powerful. It's going to unlock a lot of potentials in you. And the last one is called Thrones. Thrones is a very powerful book where I teach about altars, gates, and covenants. It's a very powerful book. These 3 combinations will help you and will equip you to become a better Christians. To get this book, you get it when you donate to us amount of $20. When you donate $20 or more, and you send me the email, I'll get you this book. I'll send these 3 ebooks in your email, and it will bless you, and your life will never be the same again. Thank you. Back to the soul. The soul is important. The soul carries your star. That's why you find some people through learning, when you learn, when you allow information into your mind, it transforms you, and you find your star being shining through knowledge. Knowledge can make your star shine. Not only deliverance, you need knowledge. There are some people who are shining and they don't know Christ. They have nothing to, in fact, they hate the church, but they have the right knowledge. Once knowledge enters you, it has effect on you, and that effect can be seen. So the enemy was after the star of Adam in the garden, and for him to gain access into that star, he needed the soul of man. He needed to tamper with the soul of man. He tampered with the soul of Adam. Adam ate the fruit. He realized, he allowed the knowledge of good and evil to corrupt his mind, his soul, giving a loophole for the enemy to come and take his star. And he took his dominion. And God had to kick him out of the garden, because what made him to stay in the garden was not there. Adam stayed in the garden because of the star, which he had, the dominion which he had. Now the dominion had been taken away. There's no way you can no longer stay in the garden. You need to go out. Once the president has been overthrown, you can no longer stay in the state house. Once you lose the elections, you go out. You become a normal citizen. The person who has won the election is one who will sit at the state house or at the White House. That's what happened with Adam. What will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? The soul is very important. Inside your soul, that's where we have your stuff. That's why you find every witchcraft related cases have something to do with the mind. They attack your mind. They don't attack your spirit. When you attack, the spirit can be easily delivered. It is easy to deliver a spirit. You know, you have a spirit, you have a soul, and release the body. It is easy. That's why even you find salvation is easy. To get saved, many people are saved, but they still have problems, because the problem is not much of spirit related, is more of mentality, how you have been programmed. That's why after being born again, you are supposed to grow in the word. The word affects your mentality, affects your soul. How you think matters. Even God himself is word. Jesus was the word of God. Do you know the Bible said that God reigns the entire universe by wisdom, not only power, by wisdom, power, and love. Wisdom is in the mind. Wisdom is in the soul. Not power alone, wisdom. It's very important for you to know these things. Your soul is a battlefield. Guard your soul. I'm going to teach more about the soul, and how it has impact on you, your life, and your destiny. Your star is inside your soul. That's why you need to study the word. You need to take the Holy Communion to protect your soul. When they broke bread, their eyes were opened. Their eyes were open. They were able to notice Jesus, but he disappeared from them. It's very important for you to know that your soul is the seat of your destiny. No matter how anointed you are, if you're a madman, nobody will listen to you. No matter how educated you are, if you're a madman, nobody will listen to you. In fact, madmen are not counted in the census. During census, they don't count madmen. The mind is very important. The soul is very, 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 very important. Adam ate of the fruit. His soul was tampered with. His destiny was stolen. That's why you should be careful with the kind of information which you feed yourself. If you feed yourself with the wrong information, it can corrupt your destiny. If you feed yourself with the wrong kind of information, it can corrupt your life, can corrupt your destiny. Because they will say, guard your heart, guard your mind, guard your thoughts with all diligence, because out of it are the issues of life. Your life follows your mind. Your mind is what gives direction to your life. Your mind. That's why I say even witchcraft, they attack your mind. Once they attack your mind, they know your life will follow whatever is programmed inside your mind is the kind of life you live. So when witches want to attack you, they will attack the mind, because they know the mind is what gives direction to your life. That's why we find during prayer, when people are being prayed for, they start to manifest. It's like they lose their mind. Say, who are you? They start talking like they are not okay in the head. Why? Because that attack has an effect in the mind, has affected the mind, has effect in the mind, and the mind is inside the soul. Your star is inside their soul. Take care of your soul. Don't sell your soul to the devil. Don't. I've been doing more series about the soul. I'm Cleophas Wanyama. See you in the next video.